Okay, I want to do a few more of these, finding maxes and mins for that cubic equation with these restricted domains. And we did the 0 to 10 one, the max and the min. So let's do this one, negative 700 to 10. So what I would do is, let's see, we're looking for a maximum from negative 710 to 10. Sorry, from negative 700 to 10. And I have the equation typed into the graph menu. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I go to the left on my viewing window far enough that I can see what's going on here at negative 700. So I'll go a little bit farther than negative 700. I'll go negative 750 so I can see it. And the x max is only 10, so I can go to 11. That's fine. These values you would see are not large enough, but let's go ahead and graph it and see what it looks like. And you're not going to see too much of the graph. You may see just a line shooting through, or here's a part of the graph, and that's about all you see on this. We could do a window and maybe do a zoom fit, or on the Casio zoom auto, and see if that helps get the graph to show up a little bit better, because these are huge numbers in terms of the y values. They're really up there. So now we're getting that graph to show up pretty good, and it's really difficult to get this to show up without doing that. And now if we want to find that max and so on, we can do it because the max is showing up on the screen. So let me do a second trace for calculate, and maximum is choice 4. And then the same old stuff, we need to be to the left of the maximum. And on the Casio, all you have to do is just hit max and it gets you there. Left of the max, hit enter. Then to the right of the max. And hit enter. Then hit enter again. And it gives you that there's a maximum, at least a local max, at negative 613. And how high is it? Really high, about 34,316,300 and let's see if we can get this right here again. It's actually 343,169,340. Now, that's a local max. That may be the absolute max on that domain, but now we need to check the endpoints. So we'll do second table, and we'll plug in the endpoints. Well, 10, we know what that is. That's 173,000, which is not nearly as high as that 343 million was. And at negative 700, let's plug that in once. Let's go to a new spot here, plug in negative 700, and I get that it is at 321 times 10 to the 8th, which is a large number, but not as high as what it was at that local max. This is, let's see, here's hundreds, thousands, millions, 320 million. Well, at the max we got using the graphing menu, we got it to be 340 million. So the max then is at an x value. That's what we got off the graphing menu, is the highest of all of these. It's at an x value of negative 613 and a y value of 343 million approximately. Now, if we want to find the min within that domain from negative 700 to 10, again we would write these values down. Here they are. Here it is at negative 700. Here it is at 10. And if you get that local min, which we already got earlier, it was at 2.03 from the graph menu, and get that local min. What you might want to do is let me just change the window and go out a little bit farther on the X area to, let's say, 30 or so. So we can see it popping back up, hopefully. And after all, since this is a cubic of third power, it will have one max. It could have at most one max and one min. And actually, I'm still not seeing that min real well. So let me go even farther out here. Let's go maybe 300 so you can clearly see that min. And let's graph that. So here we see a max. And here we see a min and popping back up. So we were going from negative 700 over here somewhere, negative 700 to 10. Well, the lowest spot from negative 700 to 10 is at this spot right here somewhere, and it looks like it's at 0, but really it was at that 2.033 which we got before. But we can get it one more time. Second trace, min, choice 3. Get to the left of that, which I am. Get to the right of that min. Which I am. Hit enter and hit enter again, and there's a min at, it should be 2.033 on the x and negative 627, and that negative 627 is lower than both of the endpoint values. The negative 700 was in the millions and the 10 was in the hundreds of thousands, so your min on that domain is at 2.033 with a y value of negative 627. And we could do it again from negative 700 to 100, but we'll stop it at that. In our next video, I'll use the max min program.